Are you one of the many PhoneBurner customers that have found the PhoneBurner extension for the Zoho CRM to help you and your organization power through your calls at a rate of up to 60 to 80 dials an hour? If that's you, then you may have noticed that every time you start a dial session, you get a ton of information in the PhoneBurner dial session window to help you see exactly where you are with this contact or lead or whatever type of record it is that you're calling. Right? So we automatically, without you having to configure anything or set anything up, we're automatically bringing over all of this custom field information that's specific to the contact record, again, or the lead or whatever type of record it is that you might be calling. We bring this over automatically. But for some of you, it might be too much. You're just like, I don't need all of this information over there. I only want some of this information to come over to PhoneBurner. And that's not a problem. We make it easy for you to exclude specific fields when you're dialing from PhoneBurner. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about on this training. So we're going to jump over to our PhoneBurner account. So when you're signed into your PhoneBurner account, we're going to click on our initials in the upper right-hand portion of the page, and we're going to go down to Integrations. From the Integrations page, we're going to click on the Zoho option. And from here, you're going to see Field Exclusions. Let's go ahead and click on that to start with. So when we go to the Field Exclusions page, this is where you're going to see a list of all of the fields that are currently excluded from the integration, meaning we are not going to bring those over to PhoneBurner. If you create a field like that, we're not going to send that over to Zoho. There's not going to be any communication between the two systems regarding any of these fields here. Now you'll notice that all of these fields that we have listed here have underscores. That's because we need what's called the API name of the field so that we can exclude it. Now the good news is, the first time you start a dial session, every field that comes over to PhoneBurner into this dial session is going to come over with what we call one-to-one mapping. So let's go back to the top of this page here. Let's click on Custom Field Mappings, Mapping Overrides, and let's scroll down. Now you'll notice that I have some of my fields have this delete mapping option and remap. That's because I've already done some work to map some fields, and some fields are left alone. But you'll notice that the first time you visit your page here, after you've done your first dial session, everything is going to be custom field. This is the PhoneBurner custom field, and it's going to have an underscore in it. And then this field on the left-hand side is going to match. They're going to be what we call one-to-one mapping. And so the easiest way to clean this up, at least in my opinion, is to create a mapping. Let's say I don't want case origin to map between the two systems. Just don't like that field, don't care about that field, don't need it in PhoneBurner. So the best and easiest way for me to deal with this is to just click this map button. That's going to create a mapping. So now you'll see case underscore origin has remap, case underscore origin, and then delete mapping. Now if I click this delete mapping button, not only will it delete the mapping, but it will delete the field on the PhoneBurner side. Not only will it delete the field on the PhoneBurner side, but it will also add that field to my exclusion list. So with just a couple clicks, I've added it to my exclusion list. Another way that you can add exclusions is to just go to Zoho. You can go into your settings. Over on the left-hand side, you're going to go down to the developer section or go to the developer section depending on your layout. You're going to click on APIs and SDKs. You're going to go to API names. Choose the module that you want to find the field with the exclusion on it. And you're going to copy the field name. Then you go back over to PhoneBurner, enter that field name, add the exclusion. Now, I don't really want to add that as an exclusion, so I'm going to delete that as an exclusion, because I want that to continue to come over to PhoneBurner. But as you can see, super easy to add an exclusion. Now, the problem that I have with adding an exclusion manually like that is if the field already exists, I now have to go delete the field as well. Whereas if I go to the custom field mapping overrides page and I just map and delete, I can clean it up lickety-split. Boom, 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 all cleaned up, exclusions added, fields deleted, all good. So that would be my recommendation. But of course, you can always add field exclusions this way. So this comes in really handy if you create a new field in Zoho. So you've already been dialing in PhoneBurner, you and your team have been dialing, and you go and create a new field in Zoho and you're like, you know what, I really don't need this field coming over to PhoneBurner. You can just quickly manually add that as an exclusion to your exclusion list. And then it never has to come over to PhoneBurner, in which case you would never even have the option to map and delete because, well, it never came over to PhoneBurner. So anyway, that is a quick little overview of how you can clean up your fields, the number of fields that you have coming over from Zoho to PhoneBurner and vice versa. When you're making calls and editing those fields, it will limit what can and will actually go over to Zoho, helping you control exactly what you and your team see when you're making calls using PhoneBurner. So hope this helps you and your organization get more done, be more efficient using PhoneBurner. Thanks for taking a moment to watch this video, and happy dialing.